What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're in the shop tonight, this afternoon, and we're going to be rotating the trailer tires on my spread axle flatbed here because I got some that's wearing irregularly, and I got one tire that I noticed it was low on my last load. Got unloaded and everything, was bumping the tires and whatnot. Noticed I had a low tire, so we're going to check that out. Probably going to wind up having to either put a patch in that or something. I'm not sure what the issue is. I haven't looked at it yet, but these tires have about 90,000 miles on them, and only get usually anywhere from 100 to 140,000 miles out of a set of tires. They don't all wear evenly, so some of them may have to be replaced generally before others, and that's the reason I'm going to the trouble to try to rotate them. I usually don't, but I'm going to move them around and see if that helps out. I don't have aluminum rims on the inside, so that is going to keep me from moving the inside to the outside, which is really probably what needs to be done because the insides wear out a little quicker than the outsides because of the curvature in the road. But at least we're going to move them front axle to back axle, move positions of them, help out a little bit because the front axle is the one that drags all the time on a spread axle. So we're going to do that, and we're going to try to use this Milwaukee 2767. I do have an adapter because I don't have a 1/2-inch drive socket, and that's an 1 5/16, not a 33 millimeter. But anyway, it should work. We do have a fully charged battery this time to start with, and we're going to see how well this thing works. I mean, I didn't buy this for this, but I have used it for that, and it does seem to work. At least the one tire I took off, so we're going to try it on taking off 4 tires, or well, actually 8 tires. These are the hub pilot, so you take off one lug and or one set of lugs, and then both duals come off. It's not the old Bud style where you got to take off the tin and then you pull the outside wheel and you got to take off the inner before you can pull the inside. So it's not like that. So anyway, we'll be removing 40 lug nuts, pulling off 8 set of tires. We're going to fix that tire hopefully, and then we'll be putting all of them back on there. So that's the plan, and I'll probably show you more about the regular wear I'm talking about when I get them off. But yeah, I'll show you when you can see a little better when I get them off. You can check out what I'm talking about there. But I'm going to set you guys up, and we'll see if this little 1/2-inch Milwaukee here will take these off. If not, I'll have to break out the 1-inch gun, and I really don't like using that thing because it weighs 30 pounds. But anyway, set you guys up over here and we'll get started. Liking it so far. That one on. Move you guys around here so you can see a little bit better. I don't have quite enough room right here where I'm working at. Had 2 of them so far. Seven. Back to the one I couldn't get off to start with. After we got all the rest of them loosened up, back to that one, it loosened on up. I've run into that before. Not bad for a little 1/2-inch cordless impact, if you ask me. I don't know if you can tell, but this one here is worn on the outside. on the outside edge, how the corner's rounded off. Now that I got my other truck out there with parts, next time I change tires, I'm probably going to put some aluminum insides on here too. The studs are plenty long enough to do that. In fact, on this front axle, I got one aluminum on the inside. I don't really like these steel tires or steel wheels because it makes it weigh about 30 pounds per tire wheel more. So that's a savings of almost 100 pounds on 3 different tires. And they're a little harder to break down whenever you go to fix one or change one. It seems like the rubber sticks on the steel and it makes it a little harder to break down and whatnot and get mounted, as well as being able to rotate them, you know, the inner and outer for the wear as well. Alright, so I got it propped up over here. I'm just going to check the air in just for the heck of it. It's still got 55 pounds in it, even after setting all weekend, so must be kind of a slow leak. We're going to fix it nonetheless, because I don't have time for that. That's what I found is whenever they get down pretty low, they will quit leaking. So I'm going to air it back up, make it easier to find the leak. Alright guys, I wound up having to put some more air in it. I put it up to about 115. I finally found the leak. Hopefully you can see that right there. Right here. There's a little hole right there. Probably from a nail at a lumber yard. And it's right on the edge of the tire, which is not really good for trying to repair it. But we're going to break it down and see what we got anyways. It's leaking out of 2 different holes. That's weird. It's leaking out of both of these holes right here. Alright, got the air out of it. Let's see if we can break it down. I just use a regular hammer to break these down. Usually I don't have one of those duckbill hammers. It's like $100. Usually this here works fine. If not, I got a 12 pound. This is 8 pound. Usually gets the job done. So here we go. It usually doesn't take much to break them down, so I've never bothered to buy one of those duckbill hammers for that reason. Occasionally you will get one, especially on these steel wheels, that won't break down that easy. And you can either put the tire wheel up under your landing gear and jack it down, drop your airbags on your truck, or if you got a tractor with a front end loader, press it off that way. That's what I usually do. It's only occasionally I run across it. I have. Having some longer bars would help, but I don't have any of those either. These will get the job done though. Put a little soap on there would help. She's gonna come off without any. The other side is usually the hard side. And as I say, steel wheels are heavy. So that's weird. It's leaking where I patched it before. I patched this tire. It got a hole in it like right after I put them on here when they're brand new. It's been about 2 years ago. And as I say, it's hard to patch a tire on the sidewall like that because it flexes. And so apparently it has started leaking there. So this tire doesn't have a whole lot of life left in it anyways. Not the end of the world. I may try to stick another patch on here just to see what we can do. Well, I don't like to do this next step, but it appears it's going to have to get done because I can't get this tire to air back up. It's a little bit violent, a little bit sketchy. Put the valve pouring now. Alright guys, got that one fixed back up. It looks like the patch had a hole in it right there. So I don't know if something else punctured it or if the original hole, because it wasn't a patch with a plug in it. The original hole in the tire flexing created a hole in the patch right there. There's a very good possibility that's what happened. I was going to put a plug in it and patch it, but I couldn't find my plug kit. So anyway, I put another patch on it. That tire doesn't have much life left in it anyway. So it'll probably get replaced here pretty soon. I'm using this as a good opportunity to check all my tires, wheels, the air pressure in all of them. We're going to take these two front ones off. We're going to put them back here. We're going to put the one I just fixed and this one here up here, rotate them. And I've checked the air in this one. I've aired it up. Of course, the one we just fixed. We'll pull these off. It's a lot easier to check the air pressure in them with them off than it is to try to go through all those holes. So when I take them off, I'm gonna check the air pressure in them and we'll put them back on. It struggles a bit on some of them. Some of them doesn't have so much trouble with. I believe the last time these have been taken off is when I done the brake job. The same day that I fixed that bracket on my friend Jake's New Holland. If you guys remember that video, that is the last time that these tires and wheels have been off of here. This is the one I've got 2 aluminums on right here. Need to get all of them like that because it's a little easier to deal with. If you see here, camera turned around. Bring you over here. If you see here what I'm talking about, see how these are wearing on the outside? This is the outside tire, and you see the inside's got a lot more tread than the outside is. And how it's rounded over. So this is the inside one off the front there that we just looked at. It actually doesn't look too bad. It appears to be wore pretty even. Some of them wear perfectly even, some of them not so much. So that's why some of them I get a little more mileage out of than the others. That one's got 100 pounds in it. I'm gonna bump it up to about 115 because we're coming into winter time. And they always lose air. Spin this one around, air it up the same way. It's just so much easier to do it this way than it is to try to do it with it on the truck. Sometimes you got to, but if you got a chance to do it when they're off, you might as well do it when they're off. I don't really like to stand in front of them things when they get aired up, but it's already got 100 pounds in it. We're only adding 15. It should be okay, but try not to make it a habit. Usually if you don't have any leaks or anything in them, if you air them up to about 115, usually 6 months later you'll still have 100 pounds in them. And I always make it a point turn my valve stems 180 degrees from one another. What I mean by that is, see the inside valve stem's over here on the right, put the outside valve stem 180 degrees across from it all the way on the left. That way, if you need to air up the inside tire, you can look at your outside tire and know about where the valve stem's at on the outside tire. If you need to pull the truck forward or back up some in order to know where your inside valve stem's at, it just makes it easier. So that's how I like to do it. And you see there, our rear valve stem's over here, our outward valve stem's over here. And because what you'll run into is, if the inside valve stem's all the way on the bottom, you can't get the cap off. It needs to be about where it's at now or on the top, so you can stick your hand in there and get the cap off. And that's kind of the purpose of it. Some folks like to put anti-seize or grease or whatever on these lug nuts, and I used to, but it doesn't seem to stay on there very well a lot of times. I definitely would if I was going up north. All right, so we'll tighten these up. that side's done. All right guys, I'm running out of camera battery. I got the other side tightened down. Don't forget, whenever you get these all tightened up, to go back and check them with a torque wrench. Torque them to 500 foot-pounds or so, with 3/4 inch drive torque wrench. We're going to see if this removed. We'll remove the other two. I'm down to 2 bars on this battery after doing that side over there. And I'm going to grab another battery. I'm going to try to make this quick, see if we can take all of these off, and then see if we can take the front ones off, and then I'll cut the camera off, saving the camera battery. One of them fell in between the wheels there. All right guys, this tire is the inside tire off the rear axle. You can see it's a lot of tread. It's pretty well evenly worn except for on the inside here. You can see how it's tapered off. This here is the inside tire on the front axle, and it is even more tapered off. You can see how it's wore unevenly and it's wore down more because this axle drags on the front a lot more. So I've got this one there back up, stick it on there, and we're just swapping places with these two up here is going back there, them two back there is coming up here, and then we'll see if we can get them all tightened back up with this Milwaukee here on one battery. All right, we're going to tighten up the front axle here. Hopefully that camera battery will hold out for me. We'll go to the rear axle now. Didn't quite get that last one tightened up there. So I'm gonna have to swap batteries. That's still pretty impressive. I believe J.C. Smith has changed more than I have changed on one battery. And I may have used this when the battery come off the charger, it was still showing full bars. I may have used it for something and don't remember because that's how I picked it up sitting over there. But I think he's changed more than this. But we've removed 40 and we installed 30. Well, we installed 40 back, but I didn't get to go all the way around and finish tightening these up like I wanted. So we'll say remove 40 and install like 35 like I wanted to. But I'm gonna swap the battery and go on around here and finish this up. I don't remember what words, so I'm gonna start over kind of. Anyway, that's a wrap for this video. Got all of them rotated around, all of them tightened back up. I did have to swap batteries after last. No big deal. That's pretty impressive. Anyway, to be able to remove, 4 sets of tires and wheels with a 1/2 inch impact off 18-wheeler, one battery. And then these sides, 3 of them tightened up good. I run out of battery on the last one. And my camera battery's going dead. But anyway, I think that J.C. Smith has done a few more of these. I probably hammered on tightening them up a little bit excessively more than you have to. But anyway, I'm still pretty impressed with it. A good purchase. I still may pick up the 3/4 eventually. I think it would be a little bit better suited for this because it's got 100 extra foot-pounds of torque. And it's already 3/4 drive, so I don't have to adapt it down. And I don't have to buy another socket, special order, a 1/2 inch drive socket for this. So anyway, I might pick up one of them at some time or another. But anyway, that's it for this video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.